Ladies and gents, welcome to the first ever edition of Fun 1cc. This is a new YouTube channel aimed at beginner shmup players and new shmup players who want to get more into the genre. When I say shmups, I'm talking about shooting games or STG, bullet hell, whatever you want to call it. I'm doing this video with a background of a widely available game called Crimson Clover, and as you can probably see, my capture device has been my mobile phone. And the screen that I'm playing on, although you can't see it very clearly, is my laptop turned on its side so that I can do the full rotated view of Crimson Clover. And the reason I'm starting off like this is because this channel is dedicated to showing that you don't have to have loads of resources and a super big kind of production to get into shmups. These are an accessible and fun kind of genre of gaming, and this channel aims to let more people experience that without the kind of elite mindset that you sometimes find when you go online to try and find out about the genre. So this channel is going to be lo-fi but high fun, and first thing that I want you to remember is that you yourself can record yourself playing these games. You can and you should. This isn't just for making YouTube videos. You should record yourself to get better at playing and to analyze the game around you, but we'll come on to that in a later video. In this first episode, what I really want to give you are 3 key principles that I think you need to know in order to get better at shmups. Principle number 1, that is play the system. So when you pick these games up, the first thing that you really want to do after having a little blast is figure out and go online and find out what is the system, what exactly is the scoring system inside this game. Every single shmup since almost the beginning has some kind of internal scoring system that allows you to score higher for essentially taking greater risks or practicing to mitigate greater risks. And you should be able to find out what that is pretty easily online for most of the big games that you'll see around you. Once you know the system, that is the key to really enjoying these games, because the system is the game within the game, and most of the games that are good shmups that you'll play will have the scoring system built in to the extent that when you play each level is a different twist on how to get the score, and that's what you're trying to figure out. So second principle that I want to talk about is that every stage of every shmup is a game in itself. Okay, now what do I mean by that? What I mean is every level can be played in a kind of self-contained way, and if you come across a game called Ginga Force, that is a good example of a game where they have explicitly made it so that every level is a score attack. That's to say, an individual attempt to get the highest score playing that level, it's not necessary to go one level after the other. Ginga Force is made by Cute, makers of Natsuki Chronicles, which is another good example of this, where you don't have to play every level in sequence. You can do, but there's more fun to be had playing each level as an individual score attack, and that's something that I think I'm going to be concentrating on in future editions of this podcast. The third principle that I want to talk about is probably the most important in some ways for beginners, and that is to say, play the lowest difficulty first. Every shmup that's come out recently has had a novice system built in, or at least a scalable difficulty setting in the options. And what you need to do when you're playing these individual score level challenges is make sure that you're using the lowest difficulty first. So set it to the absolute bottom and work from there. So if you're playing Crimson Clover, which is what you're watching now, you would be playing the novice difficulty, and that's what I'm playing here. So you'll get a reduced number of bullets, and overall kind of there's often rules to help you survive, and things like auto bombs you sometimes find to help you get through. But for Crimson Clover, what you get is less bullets, but crucially you get the same scoring system as for the main game. You just won't score as many points if you follow it, because there aren't as many stars, these cascading stars that you can see everywhere. There's not as many of them on offer if you play the novice mode. And so that kind of brings me towards the end of episode 1. I'm going to try and keep these at a low length to begin with, and as you can see, it really is lo-fi but high fun. I'm going to try and do these video talks in pretty much one take as much as I can, and hopefully you will find some kind of inspiration, not only to play a bit more of Shmups, but also to think about making some of your own videos. This is being done on a very, very lo-fi rig, and that's very possible for you too. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you same time next week for episode 2, where I'll be breaking down in detail the scoring system of Crimson Clover. Thanks a lot. Bye now.